Hello, Bella.
Hello, Marcos. This is Bala. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
We'll wait for a couple of minutes for our folks to join.
Sure, okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hi, Michael. And
Hi.
hi, Nicholas.
Hey,
Hi,
Michael.
Vikas.
Hello.
So I haven't been attending this meeting for a while. I've been out for a couple of weeks. So can you give me an update? What's happening?
Yeah, so actually we discussed last time uh, the I/O planning for the multi-die and as well as chiplet. So I have presented a detailed like a schematic diagram based on this 1838 IEEE standard. So the only one open item that we had is like where the HBM dies, like when they are integrating across the chiplet. So what was the test interface standard is specified or recommended across the EDA companies. That's what we were discussing. And so today I had a consulted with the present internal departments, and based on their observations, they are saying, so people have no standard method, like people are using 1838 as well as which is 1838 is predominantly the PTAP and STAP kind of a serial access, and as well as the IEEE 1500, which is again another serial interface, which is yeah, sub portion of the tab under the tab hierarchy with IJTAC level, right? So, so both the schemes are supported with respect to the software, but it's more of a the timing closer challenges and the physical design, like how they are closing the timing across the when they are intercepting two different chiplets, and so that's the only criteria where the test mode timing closer and like STC needs to be robust, and to have some proper IO budgeting and those additional control pins for the IEEE 1500. So apart from that, there is no unknown or gray areas for the software development for the DFT session or the test generation or the ATE recap, right? So all those things are backward compatible, which there is no additional effort is needed. Just that test mode timing closer has to be more aware of this additional control pins, how it has been synchronously timed across the inter-die timing paths.
Bala, I was actually was not able to attend last week, and I have to actually connect with you on this thing. So for signal integrity, like for timing closure, signal integrity, what's the thought process? Like if we have two heterogeneous chiplet models, and they only provide like the IBIS model. Is it possible to perform this test or something like for closure? For final
Okay,
sign off,
so
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I'm not exactly sure about the IBS model already contained this timing information there, or the SAPA related crosstalk information there. So I'm not the right person to comment on that IBS model specifically, but the GDS will have all the information, right? Yeah, so which is it contains the full layout and with the timing and the physical information.
No,
And
see, that's where our CDK model says that you provide all the timing models for a particular chiplet. So
right.
there could be, we have GDS, but we don't want to actually, we might not have all the layers, right? They will give you just timing models like Liberty file or something. And then from that interface to another chiplet, the bonding part, we have only suppose two models like Liberty or
Yeah,
then how would it happen?
okay, even the Liberty, right? It's supposed to have a merge to functional and the timing mode, at least for the iOS standpoint,
Yes,
right? So they may not contain the full chip .lib as you
correct.
mentioned, but they should. Yes, this is you can consider this is like a if you forget about the package design, like if you treat a regular silicon integration, so this is kind of a two chiplets can be treated like a two partitions, two hard macros integrated, and then
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
right, yeah. So today the timing closer and the SIPA, all those engines, all the EDA companies are they are trying to leverage towards the silicon world, like how it has been orchestrated within the silicon design, right? So because the package design, it has very limited functions, So the Windows-based applications, which are mainly looking at just the signal connectivity standpoint, but they may not have the full-fledged timing closure within the package tools, and that's where they are now integrating all these engines. For example, Siemens, we have this i3D tools which integrates this, which internally
Yes.
calls the caliber for the timing engines and the things like that for the SAP as well, right? So in that regards, I believe the .lib is quite okay for us. Like, so which will have it's again based on the final .lib, whether it has that exposed to that what is that PTPX timing closer, right?
Correct.
So which will have this power awareness.
That is
and
synopsis, right? PTPX is synopsis, isn't it?
right.
Yeah.
I mean to say, like, there is a similar tool on the Prime Power with
Okay.
the Siemens,
Okay.
but the PTPX is a terminology which they commonly use
Yes,
across
I
the
agree.
industry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So which is power hour timing closer. Um, uh, so at that regards, the .lib is supposed to contain all the collateral needed for these different engines like SI or PI or timing, right? So
got it.
I believe IBIS also might have that similar correspondence, but I'm not the right person to comment on it.
Okay. So I'll read about it. I will actually connect with you. We were really busy in something, but I'll connect with you. I'll go over what those models are, and then how we can leverage, and does it, like, basically you can tell, oh, it's going to work or not work, right? Like
Right.
something like that.
So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, more than me, I think Tony may be the right person. Because
Okay.
he made his hands dirty and to look at this spec, right, where he interacted with many teams, and so he might have a like an overview of, like, if it is not IBS, and what's the next closest recommendation,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe let's sync with Tony. Like, I heard like
Okay.
next 2 weeks he is going to be
I'm
on.
actually not able to get to him because we haven't even signed the contract. I don't know what is going on. Every time I hear, like, it's going to be soon, it's going to be soon. Maybe Pratyush can tell, like, what's going on over there.
Okay. Yeah, maybe why don't you compile all your like dependencies and or know-hows,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And call for a meeting, and we may not able to resolve that on that meeting, but at least we can put the dependency across
Got
the
it.
stakeholders,
Yes.
and we can find out what is the equation there. Because I'm a test person, so so we might need somebody, package guys, to comment on that IBS or this .lib, right, or GDS, right, which are the bare minimal models that we needed, right? That's what your question is.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Sorry, because I joined late and I did not catch your question.
Oh no, I was talking about in the test, like, for final sign off, if, like, there are two chips that are completely, like, off the shelf from two different companies, and they only provide Liberty model or actually IBIS model and all that. Based on that, can we actually do, like, okay, I bonded it, now I want to sign it off, final sign off criteria, that timing and signal integrity and all that will be maintained. So can I do it with, like, Liberty and IBIS model? Is tool capable of doing that?
So IBS model for SI, yes, the tool is capable of doing that. And when you say Liberty, then I think you're talking about STA now.
Yes, timing. Yeah.
So yeah, we are building.
Will it be any different than like when we combine, like, two IPs on a single silicon? It should be similar, but I just wanted to know.
Similar approach. The gap there as it exists today, I would say, for STA, right? And I have to go back and read it, but when you look at the data sheet of a chip today, right?
Yeah.
You have a single point definition there. So basically, you have the worst case whole definition, setup definition for a pin.
Correct.
Versus what we want to probably do is what we do it in silicon, where you have a dot lib with a load and slew
Correct. Yes.
table,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And of course, there's a corner dependency, silicon, temperature, all of that there.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So the way I see we should do it is to how we do it in silicon world. So there is some work needed there in terms of putting definition for chiplet to mimic what we do for IPs. Right?
Correct. Yeah. Exactly right. Yes.
And that has to be part of at least definitely we can do it in in the JEDEC world, but at some point even I mean 3D blocks is very mature right now. It's very preliminary, right?
Yeah, that's what.
But at some point we'll have to guide them to include everything.
Yes, yes. The problem, Pratyush, is you come to that forum, right? That 35, 37, isn't it?
I do.
Oh yeah. Over there, within couple of weeks, they will take all the questions and then close it. So I actually sent an email to Sandeep that, that it should be design oblivious. Like somebody wants, suppose like, okay, I don't want to give you all the layers of GDS. Here are 2 chips. Just give it to me, like plan it and do the timing closure or something like that. Where I don't want to give you entire like below the top metal layer. Suppose for hybrid bonding below top metal layer, I don't want to give you anything. So for that we need like, okay, these are the models like in 2 IPs, and the final integration guy just comes and integrates it, and then run ICC or Innovas or those tools and signs it off. So something like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even beyond that, I mean, we are also discussing internally, right? How the direction it's taking in the IEEE working group, right? And one of the concern we have, and I hope you will share this concern with us, is that we will clarify this in the next working group meeting, whether there is a push right now to absorb the document as is, right? That 70-80 page document, to accept it not with but accept it, and also along with the feedback received. But if it allows them tomorrow to ignore the feedback and just lock the document down as is, that could
I hope that won't. I don't think so.
So we need
but
to
we have to give feedback. We have to give feedback. That is very important. That at least we bring it to their attention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And the big worry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just thinking, you don't want to vote for something knowing that unless you have your feedback has been answered, right, and discussed. Yeah.
So that was my only thing about like this, because I did talk to Bala offline also. We had one meeting. We will have little more on the TDK. I don't think so. We have like lot of documentation. Maybe we should work on like putting it down.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you look at 3D blocks also, beyond defining a bump, whether it's the test attributes for a bump, right? There's not much there.
No, there is nothing. Material and test is completely missing. So material, test, and package part. 3 parts are completely missing. Because package is also there. Package is part of material, or you can say it's kind of interchangeable. Because it is more towards like, okay, how I can actually put it together and define the interfaces. That's all.
So because the 37, it is only for the test access mechanism for the related to 3D blocks, right?
No test mechanism. It's actually more like assembly. Like how do you assemble two? It doesn't talk about test or DFT or anything like that.
Okay. No, what I mean is like, so there are a couple of initial documentation that they shared, like a test enablement document, and there is one more 3D blocks spec, like a 2.0 or 1.0, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But all of them, I have a feeling that they are not talking about much into the package design or
No, they are not.
yeah, right. So they are giving some perspective, like you are going to receive some collaterals and what you can do testing with that kind of scenario, right? Where in terms of um, ball map and how do
Yeah,
you utilize the ball map and what kind of automation you can build to have
yes,
your pads, probing and sacrificial pad, things like that.
yes.
So they were giving only those details. I'm not sure if they have a specific work group for any the
That's
package
the thing.
level.
I think work groups, smaller work groups will be formed soon, isn't it, Pratyush? Like after 2 weeks,
You
right?
tell us, Vikas, you cancel the meeting. So what's going on? I'm not in. I mean, we have some concern here, right? With what's going on, and you were while ago mentioning what's going on with the contract, right? I thought you would have some insight there.
Yeah, no, actually, no,
And
it's not that. It's there. It's
uh-huh.
there. So work group meeting will be there, Pratyush. We just delayed it. So that's going to be there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 100%. No questions about it. It's just it got delayed because we had some internal reviews and few questions came and things like that. So we have to answer those. About the contract thing, like sign up, that part actually I keep asking, and then the same answer I get, like it will be done very soon. And then soon, I was under impression soon, like it's already done. Then you told me like it's not done. Last time I went and said, oh, it will be done very soon. So it's there on the table. It will happen. We are slow. We are university. So.
Yeah. We have we are doing a lot of at-risk work here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's a very big concern that keeps coming up, and I have to keep justifying why
Yeah.
we need to keep doing it in our earnest.
Yeah. It's mostly done in good faith. There are other actually people
Yeah.
also who are doing it in good faith. I agree with you.
Yeah. And yeah, I understand that it's not just us. There are several more companies that are kind of also going through the same.
Yeah. Because see, like it has to be written in such a way that like lawyers have to get involved and everything is spelled out, like statement of work. So it will happen. But yeah. I think that's all I had from my side. Bala, I will connect with you next week.
Okay, sure, Vikas. Yeah, if you can also compile your list of
Yes,
dependencies
I
or
will.
questions, right?
That's what, yeah.
So it will also give us some time, like we can. So we may not have a direct expertise, but we might have to pull in
Yes,
somebody,
yes.
somebody from other
You can
department,
ask
or
around.
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I have a different question in a different topic. So do you remember back in Christmas time, just before Christmas, we introduced the design rule kit structure into the Chip 30, and we created a structure that matches assembly, substrate, and we also did the material design kit. We put a placeholder for test design kit, but we never did any details on what a test design kit rule should comprise of. When are we planning to do that, and where does that fit on our on the priority now?
I think in priority like this, I mean, after all the information that we have, we should be able to start working on it. Right now we know, like the testing methodology.
So we do know that. So do we think we could start to formulate what is the type of data that needs
Yeah.
to go into a standardized design test
I
kit?
believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so how big a job do you think it is? You know, is it very complicated, or is it because that will tell us if we should aim to try and have it in the next upcoming release, or do it in the release after that?
After that, it's relatively complicated.
Say again.
It is relatively complicated. See, the thing is, I don't know how long it took MDK. I joined when it was almost
MDK
there.
was probably took us about 3 to 4 weeks to do, but we were having at least weekly calls, if not bi-weekly calls, to get that done. So I think we had it done in between around 6 meetings in total.
Okay, I'll put that in my notes. I will not be in this meeting next week, but I will be there next to next week. So,
All right, so
we can discuss then. Yeah.
could you share some of those notes, and we kind of get a feel as to how big this piece is? And
no, I'll actually put together something for the next meeting. I'll put together like testing it.
Okay, so in 2 weeks' time,
Yeah.
we assess that. Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay, so there is, yeah, so if there is nothing, we can actually come back in 2 weeks. I'll put together, that's my action item. Bala, I will connect with you. Maybe I'll go over with you before.
Okay.
We can
Yeah.
go over that.
Yeah.
one,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. 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 Anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And if you don't have any questions, then we can call out for today. And me and Vikash will work together, and then we'll come back for the next meeting with some updates.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.